Secret Empire, issue 0, as the French would say, has hit the shelves.
Because the storyline is zero.
That's how I feel.
Yeah. Well,
You know what? Reading the internet, you could hit the Twitters, hashtag HydraCap, or hashtag NotMyCap, or hashtag just Secret Empire.
okay, I'm gonna do that right now.
You should. But reading people's arguments about it, and like so many comic fans of Marvel or whatever, they're like, this isn't gonna stick. This isn't gonna last forever. And I hate that argument. Because just because it's not gonna last forever doesn't mean it's not stupid. Because like Wolf Cap, like Captain America turned into a werewolf for I think 2 issues, maybe it was just 1 issue.
Right.
It was dumb back then.
But people remember it though.
People remember it. And it was dumb. And we shouldn't just be like, oh well, just move on. Like no, that was dumb. Like just acknowledge dumb. And we'll move on. Try not to do something stupid like that again. But we're at this like this weird nostalgia kind of time thing too, where people like
dumb things now?
Yeah, people like the dumb things, like the Clone Saga and stuff like that. Like, I think I kind of like the Clone Saga, and that's why there's this like resurgence of clones in Spider-Man again.
Yeah, people defend the DC Universe movies. Like,
just
because people think you're desperate for things, so they just, okay, here's a real sexist way to look at it.
That's so sexist.
No, there's a sexist way to look at it. There's like a group of girls, right? And let's just say, and it could be the other way. To be fair, it could be a group of guys too. If you're gay, I'm just saying. But
girls look at guys too, man.
Right, I'm just saying. And you look at that group of girls like a band or whatever, and and none of them are attractive, but you find the one that's least unattractive, and you're like, she's hot, and you convince yourself she's hot.
It's like your attraction to your coworkers, because sometimes like. You're a certain amount of people that you work with.
Yeah,
and you're like, one of these people got to be attractive.
Yeah, and so you convince yourself that girl's hot.
And the one girl you think is really attractive, and you actually like step back for a moment, you're like, oh, she really wasn't that attractive.
Right, but you convince yourself. That's what people do with stuff too, like the DC Marvel or the DC Universe movies, and like the storylines are just like, oh, it's not that bad because they like a certain character, and they don't want to just admit that something's stupid. But I agree with you. Don't defend something that's stupid, And
I just, to me, like, the Not My Cap hashtag and HydraCap hashtag and stuff like that, it's like these people that are really mad about it, and I don't think you should be really mad about it. Just don't read it. Just don't pick it up and don't buy it, and it'll go away. And that's how it usually works.
Yeah, why do fans have such a hard time doing that? Why do they just not buy it? Do you think it's because in the bottom root of it all, really, fanboys still want to own stuff that's worth money? You think that's what it is?
Oh, no, it's not because they want it worth money. It's because they want to be part of this conversation.
Really? You think that's what it is? Or because I like to... I sometimes fear that it's... how people make fun of some of those guys who go, you're not even a real fan, man. You just buy it because you think it's going to be worth money sometime down the line. But I have this fear that deep down inside, almost all fans are like that. So they know that somewhere down the line it's going to be worth money, so they buy it.
It's not going to be... nothing that's printed nowadays is going to be worth money.
You don't think so? You think none of the storylines will be worth anything?
I think pretty much maybe the last time something was going to be worth money was probably the Ultimate Universe stuff when that first was printed. But even then, that's really not worth that much. But I think, it's... I think fans just need to not read the stuff that they think is bad.
Yeah, that's
and
the bottom
honestly,
line.
I know it's difficult because you like this character and you want to see it through and maybe it'll get better afterwards. But sometimes you just gotta let it go. I quit reading Amazing Spider-Man when when Norman Osborn knocked up Gwen Stacy back in the 2000s. And I stopped reading it and I didn't look back and I didn't regret it. I didn't waste a bunch of money pursuing those other issues.
Yeah, but look how much of a difference you made by not reading it, man. See? They just kept going down with stupid storylines.
Yeah.
It didn't make a difference. So you might as well just go ahead and accept it and just keep reading.
Or I could just not. There's a lot of great comic books out there and you could just read them in the back issue boxes. You don't have to read them.
Why do you think they're doing this stuff, though? Do you think it's just they just want to mix it up, or they just...
because controversy sells, and that's kind of the desperate plea for, the last gasp.
Yeah, exactly.
it's sad and it's new and different and let's do something crazy.
Let's look at it like from
because they did this.
Women all of a sudden look, my career's over. I think I'll pose in Playboy at the time. Or look, oh, my career's over. I think I'll be making a movie.
People talking. Yeah. It's what's stupid is I remember they did this story when the Secretary of Defense, the United States Defense, turned out to be Red Skull. Del Rusk was actually Red Skull. And I was like, that's a pretty cool storyline. Guess what? They didn't insult or damage another character by doing that. They're just doing this again, but now it's just Captain America.
Right.
So yeah, I think Secret Empire is stupid, and I'm not going to read it, and I'm not going to feel bad about it. So, moving right along. Welcome to Recovering Sidekicks. Woo!
Yes, thanks for joining the band.
Angry, nerdy rant opening.
Oh yeah, right.
This is our weekly comic book review podcast where we talk about single issues, graphic novels, and
trade paperbacks.
And trade paperbacks. I'm your host, David.
I'm your co-host, John.
And let's talk comics.
Let's do it.
It's the month of May.
Woo, May.
And what's coming out in May? What comes out the 5th? Is it the 5th?
Transformers. No?
Maybe, I don't know. There's always one of those fucking movies. Oh. No, but it's Guardians of the Galaxy.
Woo!
Volume
Guardians of the Galaxy. Yeah.
Another Marvel showcasing some of their D-listers with characters like Ego the Living Planet showing up. Nebula playing a bigger role. Rumor has it Starhawk is in it.
Oh yeah, everybody loves Starhawk.
Starhawk?
Yeah.
He's almost as cool as Darkhawk.
Where's Guardian?
Which one was Guardian?
I don't know. It just sounds a cool
name. Okay. Remember Gladiator?
Yeah,
Shi'ar Empire?
That's what I'm thinking of, not Guardian. Maybe I'm thinking of
he had the Superman cape and
but he had the mohawk.
Yeah, the mohawk.
Yeah, that's what I thought Sylvester Stallone was playing. I was kind of hoping he was going to play him, to be honest with you.
I think Fox owns the rights to him. I'm not sure.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, well, that kind of sucks then. Shoot.
Damn.
All right, well.
But for this month, we're celebrating obscure D-list Marvel characters, and oh man, is there a lot! I didn't expect there to be as many as there are. There's quite a bit.
Well, you have to go through a whole bunch before you find a hit. So
yeah. So far we've journeyed into space.
With
intergalactic space pirate / vigilante / bounty hunter the unforgettable part robot bird.
Yeah.
Monarch Star-Stalker.
I was trying to recall something with his nervous system. I was trying to think of something.
He's got a robot nervous system.
My Hero the car. Beep beep.
That's good stuff.
Yeah.
And then we had the genetic experiment, the Wood God.
Yes. Who isn't the god of the woods at all?
No, he's just a mutant guy.
Yeah. He looks like he's from Narnia.
Yeah, and he's still looking for his dog named Muff.
Yep. Where's my Muff?
But John has another obscure character.
Yeah, it's a little known a little bit now, but not real. But it's a little obscure and a little known at the same time.
He was kind of a character that was a little pushed for a bit.
Yeah. Yes. I am talking about the 90s, of course. This was the 90s,
Back in the 90s, acid wash jeans.
Yes, acid wash jeans.
Plaid shirts.
The Avengers wore leather brown coats, jackets.
Yeah, they all had leather coats.
Yes.
We had a stable economy because of the Clintons.
Yes.
Yeah.
So everything was crazy.
Everything was so wild.
Everything was wearing jackets because everything was so cool.
Yeah. Because, we didn't have global warming yet.
Right, exactly. So that stuff isn't really real,
That's not real. We don't need the EPA.
Yes, I am talking about, in my hand I have the first explosive, and I'm not saying that myself, it actually says it on the cover, the first explosive issue of a little character, often forgotten, who looks a lot like a thunder god. His name is Thunderstrike, which doesn't make a lot of sense, does it? Thunderstrike?
Thunderstrike.
It's lightning strikes, thunder kind of rumbles.
Isn't Thunderstrike like the name of a move, like a character in like Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat would say before they did an attack? Like, Thunderstrike!
No, but that doesn't make sense either. Thunder just makes a lot of noise. I mean, thunder is a sound. It's
it doesn't actually strike something.
Yeah, so I don't understand that Thunderstrike.
Well, if I learned anything from Claw, Ulysses Claw, supervillain extraordinaire, who uses sound to hit people.
That's true.
Thunder can strike.
That is true.
Because he is a being made of living sound.
Yes, that is true.
I love Marvel.
Thunderstrike, though, a little bit of drops a knowledge bomb on you. His name is Eric Masterson.
Good old Eric Masterson.
What a lot of people might forget... Okay, actually, let's step back a second. Everybody's all excited about the Infinity War movie coming out, right?
Yeah.
Now, if everybody remembers the great Infinity Gauntlet storyline.
I think that was probably the coolest... it wasn't really a crossover event, it was just a miniseries, right?
Yeah, I think it was just more of a miniseries.
I
think there was a couple of, you could pick up some issues and had to relate to it.
I think that's probably the last good giant crossover event for Marvel.
Right.
Which says something because that was in the 90s.
Well, if you remember, a lot of big hitters were involved in that, taking on Thanos.
Yeah.
And one of them, of course...
Namor.
Yeah.
Firestorm.
Yes. Spider-Man, Iron Man.
Hulk.
The Hulk. And Thor was there.
Yeah. And this Thor was rugged.
He had a beard.
Yeah.
And he was very rugged, kind of. A lot of people don't forget, or they don't realize that it's not the original Thor that's fighting Thanos, actually. It is actually Eric Masterson, who actually takes up the role of Thor for a while there in the comics. In the Avengers stuff, he takes up the whole role. I'm not going to go into the whole backstory of why. That's not really important. But he does become Thor for a while and gives Thor a new look and stuff. A
beard.
Yeah, a beard. That was the whole thing. Well, his visor now, the helmet he wears, has like a piece that goes over his eyes now, like a medieval.
Oh yeah, that was a cooler design. I like that.
So yeah, that was the big thing too. Went over his eyes. Yeah. So he still had kind of the Thor outfit, but it was It had the visor thing covers his eyes like medieval times. But anyway, when Thor returned and blah blah blah, there was a whole big drama with that. Look it up, kids. We're not going to hold your hand here. Look it up. But there's a whole big drama when Thor returns, and Eric Masterson is given for all his hard work and everything, he's given a mace. They take the hammer, they take Mew Mew and give it back to Thor, and Thunderstrike gets a mace, which is actually called Thunderstrike. It actually says it on it. But it also says on Thunderstrike, it says, "The world still needs heroes." Thunderstrike is what it says. So, that's what it says. So...
And, he did such a great job beating Thanos in the Infinity Gauntlet.
Yeah, he did such a great job.
Yeah. It's not like he was turned into glass and then shattered.
It wasn't like he had a glass jaw. It was like his whole thing was glass.
I see what you did there.
Right. But, so, that's who Eric Masterson was. And in 1993, they decided to give him his own series, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, yes. And it is an explosive issue because this is the first gimmick cover that was completely made out of C4.
Yeah.
It didn't sell very much.
Yeah, don't smoke around it. Yeah.
The 90s are a crazy time.
Yeah, but it's definitely the 90s. He's still got like a Thor-like outfit on, but he's got a ponytail too. Don't forget, he's got a ponytail.
Oh no! What reeks the most out of the 90s in this on that costume?
The jacket?
No, what's missing from the jacket?
Sleeves.
Yep. It's the 90s.
It almost looks 80s if you think about it.
A little bit. It's like that in between.
Yeah. It doesn't make sense. He's still got like a Thor outfit, but he's wearing a jacket with no sleeves. What's the point?
Because I'm the shit now.
But he looks like Thor still, but he's carrying his mace, and he's jumping in the air, the whole thing.
Can he fly?
I don't know if he...
Well, when he had the Mew Mew...
I'm trying to remember now. When he had Mew Mew,
he totally flew.
Yeah. I'm trying to remember. Actually, I'm looking through, and I don't remember if he can. I think so.
It's pretty lame.
But
do you think, Thor... It wasn't even like a magic mace. Do you think Thor just picked up a stick and just handed it to him and was like, this is also made by Odin. Yeah,
right.
Here you go. Eric, have fun.
Yes, he does fly, by the way, yes.
Oh, okay.
Actually, Thor doesn't fly either. They throw the hammer. And
he throws the hammer so hard it takes him with him.
Yeah, and that's pretty much what happens with this set, too.
Yeah.
So
I'm kind of glad they didn't do that. He just flies. He don't fly now.
Well, who flies?
Thor.
He flies in the comics or the movie?
He just flies now. Well, he flies in the movie too, but
no, he throws a hammer, doesn't he?
Oh, like current comics.
Oh, he flies.
Like after 2000, they're like, that helicopter hammer thing really didn't make much sense.
Well, the first thing too, like we said, besides the cool '90s jacket and the cool '90s ponytail
and the world's highest boots,
right? The thing about the first issue of Thunderstrike is it's got the '90s gimmick cover with the sparkly lightning behind him. which again makes no sense. His name is Thunderstrike. What does the lightning have to do with it? And again,
well,
why is
what always follows lightning?
thunder?
Fire, actually.
Oh.
Fire usually has.
Okay.
Also thunder.
Okay.
Yeah. Thunder's an appropriate answer as well.
So then where's
Nothing says more
But he doesn't have the
badass.
power of Thor, so why is there lightning all around him?
He doesn't shoot lightning at all?
No.
Oh, he just punches hard?
Yeah, he
He's
punches
just a hard puncher?
Yeah, he's a hard puncher. He's, so
Why? Okay, I'm confused. So maybe because the cover tells me he also controls glitter.
That could be. I mean, yeah.
The
Hey,
glitter.
man, do you ever get glitter in your face? It's hard
Yeah.
to breathe. It chokes
Yeah.
you, man. So so that's the '90s cover. First issue, like I said, 1993. In this first issue, this is basically that he's just been removed from being Thor, so he's kind of trying to find his place in the world. So he's trying to find his place in the world. He wants to be a hero. And he's actually in the beginning of the thing. He's still dressed like Thor. He's still got a helmet and stuff, even though he's not Thor anymore. And he saves. He steps in, saves some people. Right, becomes like a hero, and everybody says, "It's Thor, it's Thor," and he's like, "No, I'm not Thor." And he realizes he needs to change his name. He's like, "I don't."
You know what would set me apart from everybody?
What's that?
A jacket without sleeves.
That's right. Yes, that would now people won't confuse me with Thor. Yes,
Damn straight.
But one of the things that's funny about this too is one of the things that Thunderstrike does that Thor used to do a long time ago that he doesn't do anymore is he has secret identity.
See, I always thought that was kind of missing.
Yeah, Thor is just Thor now. But he actually looks a lot like how Thor used to look. If you look, remember Thor used to walk around with a little cane? Well, he's got a little walkie stick. He taps it, pop, pop, and he turns back into a normal guy. So he can change back and forth. So it's how Thor used to be a long, long time ago. So they picked that up,
Yeah, I think you kind of missed that. I wish they had a secret identity for Thor.
Yeah. What's funny
but
though
I
is
guess it's kind of hard to have Chris Hemsworth turn into like a smaller guy.
Yeah.
Could you just not do that? I guess.
Well, it doesn't really make a lot of sense though if you think about why would Thor need a secret identity? He's a god.
Well, he's a doctor.
Yeah, but he's from Asgard. But he's not really a doctor. He's from Asgard.
No, he's a doctor who has amnesia and forgot that he was Thor.
Oh, that was the original. Yeah, the original stuff. Yeah.
I guess. Yeah. Honestly, the original stuff was he accidentally came across a hammer and he was a good enough guy that he could wield the power of Thor. Yeah. And then people started retroactively let's make more Viking stuff in here.
Yeah,
because in the original issue he was just fighting monsters from Saturn, I think.
Right. So as a first issue, it is you've got to have some kind of interesting villain for him to fight. And ladies and gentlemen, he fights a very interesting villain that calls himself Carjack.
Carjack.
Yeah, he basically steals cars. He's got a crew. He steals cars. He's Carjack. But he wears a metal face.
But does he have mental power over the cars?
No. He's just a guy who wears a trench coat in the middle of summer with a metal face.
That's a little suspicious.
Yeah. And he's got dreadlocks.
Oh, he's got dreadlocks.
Yeah. So
he also is probably a little bit of a potzer. Is he a white guy with dreadlocks?
They don't really.
Oh, the identity of Carjack is still unknown.
Yeah, as of the first issue, it's unknown. But he doesn't just fight Carjack though. A certain person called Bloodaxe shows up too. And if you're a Marvel fan, you'll know who Bloodaxe is. They just show up once in a while.
He has an axe made out of blood.
Yeah, he kills people and absorbs the blood or something.
It's
the 90s, man. I don't know.
You know who's my favorite Thor bad guy?
He's kind of like the anti-hero, but he's kind of like the Punisher is what Bloodaxe is. He's got like this powerful axe kind of thing, and it gives him all these superpowers stuff. But he thinks he's doing good. He's like the Punisher, Hey, I'll cut off that guy's head because that'll teach him.
Yeah. So it's like the Punisher and Thor had a baby.
Basically, that's what this is. But what were you gonna say though? About
my favorite bad guy that fights Thor. I like the Absorbing Man.
Yeah, Absorbing Man was always kind of cool.
I kind of like the.
He was a throwaway villain though. He got to be like the Wrecking Crew. Yeah. We need somebody to show up just so they can beat up.
It was always cool when he'd tear up the Avengers though.
Yeah,
underrated.
So, but Carjack shows up too, to be like, hey, we can't just be, I am vengeance and blah blah blah, And if you don't know, Bloodaxe is kind of cool. It's kind of cool looking. He's a dude who runs around in a leather jacket too. Surprise, surprise. With a big axe.
90s. Everyone's got leather jackets.
And he's got a big red skull helmet thing he wears, and But he shows up, of course, and him and Thor, of course. I'm sorry. See, I'm still doing it. It's not Thor. He's Thunderstrike.
He's like, come on, I got my own book now.
Yeah, I'm not Thor. But of course, they're like, hey man, Thunderstrike's like, hey man, chill out, dude. That's a cool axe, but maybe you shouldn't kill people. And his reaction is he grabs him by the cape and slams his face in the wall. That's how I feel about you, man.
You need to shut up.
Yeah. It's the first issue, so you gotta get the hero's gotta take a beating first, right? That's to establish he's gotta overcome that. So by then he takes a beating and then he changes his look. He goes, I gotta change my look because everybody keeps thinking I'm Thor. Blah blah blah. So he's got to stop. Basically, Blood Axe is going after Carjack, so he's got to stop this psycho from killing a guy who's stealing cars. Because that's pretty harsh, man. He stole a car. I'm gonna cut off his head and stuff. Like wow, jeez. So it's pretty harsh, but that's what Blood Axe wants to do, and Thunderstrike wants to be a hero. So yeah, if you haven't figured it out, by the way, there's a couple of jokes in there about he can't figure out what to name himself, and he talks about his son because Thunderstrike has a son, Kevin Masterson, and he keeps saying, well, how hard is it to pick out a name? It's comic books always have stupid names all the time, so he ends up just kind of cheaping out and calling himself Thunderstrike, same thing as Mace, So it's kind of whatever. Can you imagine if Thor just said, I'm going to name myself Mjolnir?
Yeah, it would have been real hard to say.
That'd be like you walking down the street and saying, what's your name, son? I'm Converse.
Damn straight, I'm Mr. Converse.
Kind of odd, but the artwork in it is pretty good. David, you're looking through it. Who's your artist in that?
That's an excellent question. I don't know.
It doesn't say?
It says in here somewhere.
I'm sure it's in there somewhere. The artwork's pretty good. The storyline isn't bad, for a first issue. They do a quick retelling of how Thunderstrike got to be where he is, All
right. The script is written by Tom DeFalco.
Oh, Tom DeFalco.
I like Tom DeFalco. Yeah. But good old on pencils is Ron Friends.
Oh, yeah. You remember him?
I don't.
Oh, okay. Oh, there you go.
Not to be mean to Ron, I'm pretty sure he's a good guy.
Yeah.
But I do like the artwork in here. It's super 90s.
Yeah, it is.
But,
It's pretty cool. It's not a bad first issue, for a superhero. But sadly, Thunderstrike wouldn't, in truth, in the Marvel Universe, Thunderstrike would not last too long. He wouldn't be around too much. People pretty much said, he's Thor light. Why don't I just read Thor,
Which they're like, well, I don't even want to read Thor, so why would I read this?
Why would I read Thunderstrike, yeah. And really, if you really think about it, he is just Thor. I mean, he's a copy of... It's just... Basically, it's a way to start over with Thor. Let's start him off as a little weaker, still learning power. And really, it's like,
But he's got cool bad guys like Carjack.
Yeah, like Carjack, yeah.
Carjack.
So,
cool. It's like if Doctor Doom threw away his mask and it's like Rastafarian dude in a trench coat picked it up.
Yeah. Are you ready for the what happens at Thunderstrike though? Since we're talking, since we're talking about
what is the fate?
What is the fate of Thunderstrike?
Of said Thunderstrike.
Basically, Eric realizes he has a confrontation with the Egyptian god of death, Seth, and
his name's just Seth.
Yeah,
just Seth, like Seth Green, like he's just Seth. Seth now.
Yeah. And basically, he's been contaminated with Blood Axe's the power of the Blood Axe.
Oh,
because Blood Axe actually becomes a major person for him to be a pain in the ass with.
Oh, okay.
So
he's his Red Skull, his Doctor Doom.
Yeah, basically,
his Blood Axe.
Yeah, and there's a surprise. I'm not gonna ruin for you. I want you kiddies to do the work if you're interested at all. There's a big surprise who Blood Axe is too. Of course, it's somebody close. I'll give you a hint. It turns out to be somebody kind of close to.
It's Kevin.
So
it's his son the whole time. But man, that is a twist. What a good idea.
But long story short, Eric ends up, Mr. Thunderstrike. Eric ends up, fighting in a big battle. Blah blah blah. He does end up dying. The character actually dies. And his mace is repaired by Thor and left in the custody of the Avengers. So it's like they honor him. They hold the weapon. But he does not go to Asgard. He
goes to Hela?
Yes, he does. He goes to Hela.
Oh, why?
Yeah.
Because he didn't wear sleeves.
Because
you're like that is a fashion faux pas. And he
right.
Just,
from what I understand, it's just saying that Odin claims Valhalla is not where he belongs. No, I'm sorry. He doesn't go to Valhalla. He's just sent into the afterlife. That's all. It just says that.
Oh.
I don't understand what the difference is. Yeah, what's the difference of Valhalla?
Well, Valhalla is the place where all the cool people in Mad Max Fury Road go to.
Oh, is that what it is? Oh,
yeah.
Yeah. But then, if anybody's
Witness
curious, eventually, the mace is handed off to his son,
Kevin, who is now 10?
No, I don't know. I think he's an adult now. He's a teenager now or something now.
Because that's how comics work.
Yeah,
kids grow up.
Yeah,
their parents do not.
Right. So he's grown up, and if anybody cares, he's the new Thunderstrike. I'm not going to go into that because one Thunderstrike was enough. You know, that was enough.
That's a shame.
But Thunderstrike has remained dead, though, pretty much. I mean, he did come back for a little while, as a zombie kind of thing.
Yeah,
but,
someone probably reanimated with like a bloodstone. Or something.
I believe it was. I'm trying to look up his information here. I'm trying to remember the Grim Reaper. Back.
Yeah, good old Grim Reaper.
Yeah,
that was what's his name? Eric? Is it Eric?
Eric, yeah, is the name of
Eric.
Thunderstrike. Yes.
No, Eric. Eric Simon, right? Isn't the
sure. Okay, I can't remember offhand, but that's not important.
I don't know.
But yeah, so he ends up coming back for a little bit, but Thunderstrike has pretty much remained one of the few characters that has not returned really too much. You know?
Oh, but once he gets his own movie in the Marvel Cinematic
Very
Universe,
possibly, yes. When Thor gets turned into a woman or something, and
and they need to bring back Thunderstrike without his sleeves.
Yes. I just keep hearing that song by AC/DC. Thunder! Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. I can see like Thunderstrike rising from the ashes and you hear the music.
I can't help but think of freaking Thundercats.
Thunderstrike! Oh!
Give me like sight beyond sight, but it's Thor, so it's different.
Right.
Yeah, totally different. Yeah.
Yeah, so I think that's kind of interesting though that they said, hey, let's leave Thunderstrike dead. And then somewhere along the line, somebody said, oh, let's bring Thunderstrike back, because that's what everybody wants. But let's not bring back Eric Bester. Let's bring back his son to add the drama.
Yeah.
Like, what? Really?
It's a shame.
Yes. So Thunderstrike, ladies and gentlemen. Would you like to see him come back with his sleeves? If they bring back, they should bring back full 90s, so.
Oh, super 90s.
With the long
all he's talking about is
tail.
like Nirvana and the Foo Fighters. I guess the Foo Fighters is still pretty cool.
Absolutely, yes. Yeah, that'd be awesome.
It's like, man, Everclear's the shit.
Everything is wonderful now.
Yeah, everything's wonderful now that I'm back.
Right. So, I don't know, really, if the issue is really worth picking up. I'm going to be honest with you.
Aw, but that cool cover.
Yeah, it's got the cool nice
He's a god of glitter.
You want to talk about obscure characters that just, It's funny, like, he's no Monarch, because people kind of remember him, Like, Monarch is kind of forgotten. Thunderstrike's kind of one of those guys that's like...
He got the push.
Yeah. He got the push, and people laugh about it. Like, remember Thunderstrike? That's
I try not to.
Right. So, I, as a comic book fan in the 90s, because this came out right when I was graduating. Let's not get into all that. But I bought the first 2 issues because I thought, oh, Thunderstrike, it might be
cool.
Yeah. And the second issue, just for FYI, if you're interested, though, he does fight the Juggernaut in the second issue. So.
Really hurts the reputation of the Juggernaut, I bet.
Yeah. Well, I will say this, though, that there is a funny scene where he's standing in front of the Juggernaut trying to stop him, and he's got his hands up like he's pushing like a wall, and literally the Juggernaut just walks over him. Like, literally walks right over him. It's a pretty funny scene.
That's pretty good.
It's pretty good. So, I don't know. I mean, if you're going to check out the issue, you might as well buy the first 2 issues just to have them just say, I got the first 2 issues. But
Eric
really,
Masterson,
it's not...
Yeah. You're like the 5th best Thor.
Yeah.
After
Beta Ray Bill.
Yeah. After Frog Thor.
Yeah.
And probably after the new Lady Thor.
The Lady Thor.
Yeah.
Right.
You'll get up there, buddy.
Yeah, someday.
And in the Thor Corps, you'll do it.
Yep, he was part of the Thor Corps. Yeah. So.
Awesome.
But that was the height of his adventure. Really, to think about it, is he was the Infinity Gauntlet. It wasn't the original Thor. It was him part of the.
That's a shame.
So think about it. It's pretty funny because now Chris Hemsworth can be like, "Phew, it's me." Oh
yeah.
Gosh,
he's just gonna go live with Daryl some more.
Right. He should have just stayed there, and he would have been fine.
To be honest, what did you like more? Did you like the Thor trailer for Thor Ragnarok, or did you like that short film with him and Daryl being roommates?
I like the Thor being roommates.
I'd rather watch a whole movie than not that Thor Ragnarok looks bad, because it looks like it's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
But I could watch 2 hours of that, of Thor and Daryl.
I would love to see him trying to live among the humans. Yeah. Walking around like that, man. I'm here to protect the humans, so I'm going to stay with you, Daryl. Like, what?
That scene where he's talking about, he's like, Dear Steve, do you remember that time I goaded into killing all those prisoners? And you said that I shouldn't tell anybody that? Do you have any other secrets I should know about? like stuff I was like, oh man, this is what I want in the Thor movie. Just Thor being such a douche.
Well, if you want to be Thor, if you want to do that, like really make it part of the universe, bring back Thunderstrike. Let him be that guy. Let Thunderstrike be like, I want to be a hero, and I got a roommate. Thunderstrike. It'd be fun. That way you don't have to tarnish Thor if you want. If you really want, that'd be cool. So yes, ladies and gentlemen, that was Thunderstrike, 1993. Yet we remember a forgotten, obscure character. Thunderstrike.
So far, I think Thunderstrike's the coolest character out of the obscure bat.
Because of his ponytail and his jacket?
It's the ponytail and the jacket.
Yeah,
it's definitely that.
Right? Yeah.
And all about them boots.
Yeah.
Those boots. Because, man, boots need to go past your knees.
Yes.
If you're a guy, your boots need to go past
your knees. He's got leather boots go up to his knees. Are those better, or the boots like Captain America used to wear with fold over?
I like the fold over boots.
You like the fold over boots?
I will say, as a person who drew a lot of geeky shit when I was in study hall and stuff like that, drawing those folded boots is pretty fun. Pretty fun.
Yeah. It never made any sense. Like, what's the purpose of it, though? I mean, does it add extra protection around his scalp?
Keeps his smokes. Because Captain America, he's from the 30s, so...
Yeah, he smokes. Yeah. He's going to have to.
I just feel like when Thunderstrike was putting his costume together, he put on the boots. He was like, people are going to question things about me with these boots. How do I really man up my upper body? No sleeves. That's how I go. Yep. No sleeves and ponytail.
I'm going to keep going back to that song. I'm going to picture him, too, practicing with his mace, swinging his mace, posing for the mirror with no sleeves, going, "You're the best! No one's going to say you!"
You know what? It's probably good that Thunderstrike's dead, because no doubt about it, like, if he was still around, if he lived through the 2000s, I bet you he'd be a big Nickelback fan.
Yeah, it's probably.
He kind of looks like the lead singer of Nickelback.
Yeah, he kind of does. Yeah. Well, I don't know. He's got better hair than the guy from Nickelback. Yeah. So
you remind me.
Yeah.
That's where Thunderstrike really went. That was the afterlife for him. He joined Nickelback.
Yep. I think he wrote that song. Look at this photograph. Every time it makes me laugh.
What the heck is on Donald Blake's head? It was the Thor helmet. That's what it was.
So, if you had to bring back Monarch or Thunderstrike or
Wood God,
which would you bring back?
Right now? If the easiest one would be Thunderstrike, because you could maybe do something cool with him.
Yeah.
But if gun to my head, if I had to pick one of those, I probably would do Monarch Starstalker. I would have some ridiculous shit going on in that comic. Man. Monarch Starstalker.
I never visit Earth and just like that. It means completely confused what's going on around the place. So yeah. All right. Anything else you want to add there, sir?
No. I think that's it.
I don't know how hard it is to find actually Thunderstrike in the comics.
I feel like he's in the bargain bins.
You think so?
I think so.
You can probably find it. I don't know. I literally have not seen Thunderstrike comics either. I haven't seen them, so I don't know how hard it is to find. Which could be fun to try and find them then. Yeah. It could be like fun to try and find this obscure characters.
All you really gotta do is just take a flashlight and just scan the top of the comics, and if the light bounces back into your face, you know it's Thunderstrike number one.
Yeah, the shiny glitter stuff. Yeah,
the shiny.
Yep. So, all right then, sir.
All right. Do you think Thunderstrike is an underwritten character? Do you think he should be brought back as another member of the Avengers, since their Avengers membership is kind of weird now?
Oh, they've got all new members. They should bring Thunderstrike back. No, it's probably his kid. Probably still have his kid over there.
Little.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know too much about the new Thunderstrike, so let me know. Is he still around as the new kid?
Is he sweet? Is he cool? Was he killed in Civil War II by accident?
What's he doing now? Is he obscure now too, just like his dad? He follows dad's footsteps. He's obscure. I don't know.
You can always contact us on the Twitter. I'm at Exploited Geek, and throw me some obscure Marvel characters, because I love them.
David does love to look up these obscure characters.
I do.
He does, yeah.
Not just look them up. I like to read these.
He'll actually buy them. He'll buy them for you, ladies and gentlemen. He will.
Yeah, I will.
I am Blackie Pueblo. You can also follow us on Story Mechanics Cast on Twitter. Yes, that's right. On Twitter. We have a Facebook page. You can follow us there.
Yep, Story Mechanics Podcast on Facebook.
Yep. Story Mechanics is our parent company.
Yes, and our host site, so you can go to storymechanicscast.com.
Yep.
And you could probably also listen to this episode probably on the YouTubes. Everything.
The YouTube, yes.
Good old YouTube.
That's right.
Yeah. You can also send us an electronic mail at storymechanicscast@gmail.com. I think we're having a lot of fun with these monthly themes.
Yeah, we'll try to do some more often.
Yeah.
Yeah, give us some ideas. What do you want to hear about?
Dude, should we just have a whole month on Thunderstrike?
Oh, I don't know if we can do a whole month on Thunderstrike.
I don't think we could either, really, honestly. I don't, definitely we couldn't do a whole month on Monarch Stalker.
Yeah, well.
One can dream.
Yeah, exactly.
One can dream.
So,
right. Tune in next week, next Wednesday, another comic book day, another D-lister.
Yep.
Maybe we'll tackle D-Man.
Yes. But that doesn't mean they're not in our hearts.
Yeah. Maybe we'll find a D-list character that is actually great.
I doubt it, but okay.
Yeah, well, such a pessimist, John.
Not everybody can be a Avengers lineup, sir. Not everybody. Maybe a Great Lakes Avenger, but
maybe a Defender.
Yeah, that could be. Secret Defender. That's...
Peace!